two, hold the day. That is for including green screen shots. Hi guys, today's tip of the day is about green screen and some ideas how you might creatively use green screen in your films. Not that many people are doing it this year, which I think is a shame because green screen is always fun to do and is part of the whole magic trick of cinema. Essentially, you're selling the audience something that is not real, and green screen is one of the tools that you can do that. So here are a few that I have been involved in that I want to talk to you about. The first is the funky scene transition / movie bookend. Here is an example. So as you can see, it's just a hand moving up the frame at the beginning of the movie, and then we decided to end the movie with the exact same shot. Now you could also use this effect to transition between scenes. It could be literally any object at all that relates to your movie. In this case it's a pair of scissors that goes with the title of the film, Cut Up. It could be a face, it could be, I've seen it used with like coins moving down the film when it was a film about coins. And you could go sideways, keyframe the thing to go sideways so that you move along with a sideways wipe. You could do the same thing with a vertical wipe where it moves up. Mucho possibilities for that particular effect. The second idea is what I call the two-shot POV. Here is an example from the same film. The POV was one of the elements that had to be in this particular 48 hours. So here you can see the POV shot starts in one shot and continues on to the second shot. There would be nothing at all to stop you from using the same idea of someone holding up in front of 2 or 3 or 4 or several shots if you wanted to have them journeying all over town. This is a very simple shot to do, just having the actor's hands come up maybe with something in it, or it could be running, pumping up and down with running. And then shooting the POV shot without that in it, and put them together in a montage on the editing program. Simple. Okay, the third one is what I call the layered effect shot, which is when you want to have multiple effects on different layers of the frame. So here we have Mr. Cargill reacting as a bomb goes off in the background. Now I'll just run through how we did this. First we created the background shot with an app that I downloaded for free on my old Android smartphone actually, and I think it was called Action Movie Effects or something like that. Search for it in the App Store or on Google Play. Then we needed a shot of Mr. Cargill in the foreground reacting as though he was getting blown away by the explosion. Now this shot only lasts for a couple of seconds, and that is the key to success a lot of the times when you're using green screen. Less is more. You don't want the audience to be able to look at it for too long, otherwise they will see it's fake. The next example is how to do a fake establishing shot. Here is an example from the same film. As you can see, it's a fake embassy background, and then we have our character walk into the screen, establishing that he is at the embassy. Then we can cut to any old location that we've decided to use for the rest of the scene. This is very handy if you cannot afford to fly to Thailand, for example. And if you really need to get your actors to Thailand but you can't afford it, you could simply use some footage of a street scene from Thailand that you found somewhere, or even a still image has been used in this example, and then just show the actor in front of the green screen walking across the frame, maybe with a map. Okay, the last idea I'm going to talk to you about is using Keyframe to animate your green screen shot. That is simply when you choose the shot and use the transform tool and add a keyframe, and then create an animation to create a certain effect, such as this example where it appears that Mr. Cargill is starting his descent down from the sky to the embassy. Actually, that's just the same shot. It's just been keyframed and then made smaller over the course of the shot so that it appears that he is going down when in fact he's just getting smaller. You could do the same thing to show someone falling down a chasm or into a vortex, perhaps. Thomas, Matt. And that would be a way of doing that. Alright, so that's the tip of the day. Some ideas for using green screen. Maybe some of you are going to go away and use it now. Main thing to remember when you're using the green screen is that it has to be well lit. I usually just open up the curtains and use the light, but we do have some lights in the workroom if you want to do a more professional job than what I have done. Make sure that you don't have any shadows on it. And if you are interested in learning how to do it in Final Cut because you're not sure, you can ask me, or you can click here for a tutorial. Goodbye.